Hello everyone and welcome to Evp'D Myself podcast with me, Jamie.
Me, Michael.
Me, Ben.
Me, Mike.
Where we talk about everything scary, spooky and everything paranormal. We make it funny and serious and all together good listening. Tonight, on tonight's episode, we have a guest with us. Would you please introduce yourself to our lovely audience?
Hey guys, my name is Jasmine from Third Eye Productions.
So sit back and enjoy the episode. Right, so on tonight's episode, Jasmine is with us. She is an old friend. We haven't spoke to her in quite a while. Jasmine has got some experience in the paranormal. She also, knows quite a lot more than we do. So Jasmine, would you like to tell us what you'd like to speak about tonight?
Yeah, so me and my family had just moved into a little house, and it's been an experience because we moved in maybe a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, and there is sounds, footsteps, cabinets shutting on their own, and I've even gotten a couple of EVPs.
That's just fabulous. You mentioned cabins and cabinets shutting, and I've still got PTSD from the last time Mike mentioned it. Why is it always cabinets? Just give me a
I don't
break.
know. I never understood that.
I think it's because they're easy to open and close, aren't they?
Perhaps.
Anyway, so you've only lived in this house a couple of months.
Right. And already all this has happened.
So are you kind of getting used to it, or are you still on that period where you're still a bit freaked out because it's still a new house?
So I don't really get freaked out by stuff like that. I'm kind of excited about it when it first starts happening. The only night that I really got freaked out by it was like a week ago.
Right, explain. That's good.
Sorry, I had to take a sip of my drink. My bad. So about a week ago, we have this upstairs part that's just a one room. We think it was an attic that they just kind of renovated to make a little extra room.
So it's like a 3-story house at this point.
No, it's a 2-story. Well, it's like a 1.5 if you want to go
right,
there.
how can you go from 3 to 2 to 1.5?
I don't even know where the 3 came from. Well, the upstairs gives me really, really creep. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just
Anxiety?
Yeah, anxiety, like heavy anxiety.
Is there a light anxiety?
I don't know. Like there's like a minor freak out, and then there's like full-blown panic attack. Okay, so we were at the full-blown panic attack part, but we had heard some noises going down the hallway, and I went in there and I looked up the stairwell because it's only one. It's like a really tiny, narrow stairwell with like really steep steps, so it's creepy in itself already. And I looked up there and the door was kind of cracked open, and none of us go up there for anything. Like nothing's up there, no storage, nothing. So I went to go up there to see what the hell, because I was like, if it is a ghost, I'm a Rambo that shit. And
Didn't we used to say that?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Just Rambo it. That was I haven't said that in ages. We used to always say that, just Rambo it.
So I got to the top of the stairs, and I was going to reach for the door handle to push it open, and I couldn't move. Like, really hardcore anxiety just flushed over me. I couldn't talk. I couldn't breathe right. I couldn't do anything. It was so scary. And like my husband had to come up there and like pull me down because he was like, there's literally nothing in there. What are you freaked out about? I was like, I got to the bottom. I was like, I have no idea. I don't get scared by this crap, like at all. So I still haven't been up there in like a week and a half since then.
I think you should
Have
do
you
it.
done any history on the house at all? Have you done any research?
See, ever since then, I've been trying to find some stuff on it, and you can't find anything on this place. I've looked, and that's always a red flag, right? So I've looked, and I've dug, and there's. I've
Is it like
dug.
research or like literally gone out the back garden and started digging for no apparent reason?
I've dug for research, and
Sounds sus to me, though.
That definitely sounds
Sounds
just
sus.
like you
Yeah,
just
it's
like
a flag.
someone's an accessory.
And like it's really cheap to rent, so we're just like, okay.
How have you not seen the red flags at this point?
No,
Right,
I
you know,
have.
for someone who knows the
Well,
paranormal, you're really crap at it at this point. Sorry,
No, here's the thing. Okay, so we're in this small little town where everything is like half price and everything. So we come from a bigger city to this really small town, and it's like, okay, well, everything's cheap anyways. So we didn't really think anything of it. But ever since we started doing a lot of digging on this house and the history of it, we're starting to think that something else is going on.
That's
So,
literally a start of a horror film, isn't it? They always move from the big city to the small town, and then shit goes sideways.
start of a horror movie, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna quit this podcast already because not last episode Mike told us a bloody horror film.
So have you not like set? Is it always the same cabinets that shut?
See, I haven't caught anything on camera. But every time that I hear something, I run in there to be like, hey, do it again. If you can do it again, because I want to see it. And it never does it. But the first time it did it, we were about to record for our YouTube channel, and it shut like really hard.
But
And I ran into the kitchen. Huh?
Sorry. What I'm thinking is maybe it might be worth just leaving like a camera recording.
Yeah.
And see if it's the same one all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of want to put one just up in the corner, like in the archway between the dining room and the kitchen, facing towards the kitchen, so I can see like all of it and see what happens. But I went into the kitchen whenever it slammed, and I did that. Went to go record for our YouTube channel, and in the recording, you can hear the cabinet slam again. But we had our headphones in, so we didn't hear it. So I didn't get to approach it at the time. But that same night after we heard it and we were starting to edit, I started doing the EMF, and it it spiked every time I asked it a question. It spiked to like orange.
That's bizarre.
And yeah, it was very intelligent, very on point. And then I asked it if it wanted to do it again, talking about the cabinets. And it went like to a green, and then everything after that, it never answered anything else.
Are you all right? You sound like you got anxiety just talking about it.
I
Yeah.
do. It's like, I don't, you guys know me well enough to know that I don't get freaked out by this stuff. And this is
No,
like,
don't. She's lying.
shut up.
I've never spoken to her before at all.
I have no clue who this
I
was.
mean, to be honest, the only reason she's on is because I felt sorry for her.
Yeah, pretty much pure sympathy. It's pure sympathy.
You can't go back on this at the beginning of the
at this
podcast.
point, I don't even know what her real name is.
Yeah, like she's got like 15, so like just pick one and go with it.
Like, I'll answer to almost anything at this point. So
We're pretty much just brought her on the podcast to show everyone we're not as nasty as we seem. It's just, oh yeah, you come along.
So you're pretty anxious about it. Is that because you're kind of just waiting for it to happen, or is it because you just don't
it's a feeling. It's like I know someone's there. Like, even last night before all that stuff happened with the door, like I felt like someone was staring at me.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm over here like, who opened a Dybbuk box in my house?
You have a Dybbuk box in your house?
No, I'm saying who opened one in my house, because
Oh,
that's
right,
how
yeah,
it
yeah.
feels. Of like someone looming the whole time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
feel bad. You know, it doesn't feel like it's there to cause any harm. It doesn't.
Not yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Until I start pissing it off,
And that's where me and Mike come in.
Yeah, I can help.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got that covered. We've got the pit. I'll piss it off and Mike will deal with it. It's pretty easy. So, I suppose that living in a new house, maybe you should be there, been there a couple of months now. I think you should be past the point of like settling in, like you're kind of getting used to the noise of the house now. So,
Yeah.
I can understand that. Because when you first move into a house, I suppose, and you hear things or things start happening, you are thinking, you're not used to the house. Like, it's like when we moved into our house, it was every noise out the front of the house or something, I was on edge, or the house was making noise. I'm like,
Right.
oh my God, we're getting broken into. But
Right.
now,
Yeah.
now you're just at that point where you're like, I know the house, I know the noises. So when something else happens, you start thinking, oh, what's that?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
I take it you've cleansed the house and stuff, yeah?
Yep.
witchcraft
Sure
isn't
have.
real.
No, of course not. So I have
Just
a
I
thing
should
of
get
holy
that in
water, and I marked all the windows, and I've salted windows, and I've done everything out of the blue, sage everything to try and cleanse this place because I don't know who was here before me.
I'd like to know though. That'd be cool.
I know, me too.
So it seems that you're pretty much like if you don't, so you don't feel that it's nasty. It's just
No.
there.
It's just there, and I think it's more curious.
I'd take that as a win, though. I'd definitely take that as a win. Like
Oh,
it could have
yeah.
been nasty, like straight off the bat.
Right. And I mean, it hasn't. And my daughter is sensitive to that sort of stuff, and she doesn't seem bothered by it
Yet.
yet.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm thrilled. My husband's a huge skeptic, so he's just like, it could be anything. And I'm just like, oh, really? Let's go do some EVPs. And then I got one last night, and I was like, listen to this, Mr. Skeptic.
And what did he say to that?
He was just like, that could have been the AC blowing, or I was like, yeah, sure, okay.
So what you want
Like
to
it
do is
wasn't.
you want to say to the spirit that's in the house, listen, my husband thinks you're a dick. Can you say something on the EVP recorder that
To show you are.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, something. Because
I
it was
mean-
really faint, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. Okay.
Well done for your first story. Yeah. Go you. Proud of you. Well done. Sat there like talking like she's about to have a stroke, but other than that,
No, I'm good. I'm sat down now, so I'm fine.
so have you got any questions you'd like to ask us? Can't promise it's going to be a professional answer in any way, but
So what do y'all usually talk about on here? Is it usually paranormal
Comment.
stuff? Or...
no comment.
Yeah. It's generally. Sorry.
Before the podcast starts, all kinds of stuff. When it starts, pretty much, like we say, anything paranormal, really. I mean,
Yeah.
we're up for discussions for anything. Like, there's going to come a point where we're going to have conversations, and we're definitely going to have opposite opinions, because we do in everything, really.
Right, yeah. I mean,
Mike has his beliefs, Ben has his, Michael has his, and I have mine.
well, that makes for really good discussions, in my opinion.
To an extent, because Mike gets all intelligent and starts researching shit in front of you, so you're just like, here we go.
Hey, listen. I'm just the man on the screen. You know. I don't want anything to be misled or.
Right, yeah.
You know,
you gotta have your facts straight.
You know, when you have your facts straight and people get their butts hurt, that's exactly when Google and, you know,
All those.
you know, facts, you know,
Facts.
Facts.
actual facts,
Complete opposite to fucking fiction.
facts, that can't be disputed. That's
Right.
when that's what they're there for. So
Right, yeah.
I'm always happy to help with that.
It's also known as, ladies and gentlemen, being a knob.
Again, something I'm very good at.
So, who else should we ask? Ben, we haven't spoken to Ben in a while. So, people, Ben is back.
Ben is
Yeah,
alive.
I'm back.
He
I'm
is
alive.
here.
Are you feeling?
So,
Are you feeling
how are
better,
you doing,
Ben?
Ben?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Hope you guys are alright.
Well, we're fine. Well, I'm good anyway. I mean, this week's been fun. Like, everyone I know has had a meltdown at some point. So,
Fucking hell.
last one standing over here at the moment, so I'm due one. I'm terrified of my mental breakdown, because everyone else gets, like, either angry or upset. I've got a feeling I'm like the kind of person you'll see on the news, like, running down the high street, shouting all kinds of shit.
Oh wow.
This is why no one likes you. This is... Honestly. So, Ben, have you had anything happen to you lately? Seems like, while you've been on your little break.
No, nothing really. Nothing paranormal. I haven't really been out filming at the moment. So,
Great conversation. Love it.
yes, it's a great, yeah. Well, if I haven't been out, so, there's not really much I can talk about.
So, is your house haunted, Ben? Do you think?
I know the land is because it's on a ley line. It goes straight. I think it goes straight through Cannock Chase.
Which is another topic of conversation, people.
Mm-hmm.
The one and only place we've all done an investigation completely together.
Mm-hmm. First time we met
It was
in
great.
person.
Like, love at first sight.
It was.
Honestly, long walks on the beaches, and then Ben has long walks in ditches. It just works out so well.
It wasn't really a walk in the ditch, was it? It
No,
was more
it
like a
wasn't.
face plant in the ditch.
He definitely headbutted a tree. He was like, have it.
Yeah, I was
So-
picking thorns out of my hand.
Oh, there's a
Hopefully next time, Ben,
there's a
you can
prick
again.
joke there, isn't there?
There's definitely a brick joke. So, for some people who don't know Ben has...
Issues.
Well, what do you class yourself as, Ben?
Medium. I class myself as a medium.
So Ben's a medium. We've done a few lives and Ben's got some stuff. So your house isn't haunted, but you think the land is. Do you know any history about the area where your house is built? Like any history behind that?
All I know that there used to be a giant shield here. That's all I know. But
A what?
it's
Giant
an
shield?
no field.
Oh, right.
Oh, I thought you said shield. I was like, what
No.
the hell? Has that got to do with anything? To just stuck a shield in the field and went, yep, that'll do.
No, but back in this area used to be huge for mining. So there used to be a lot of mines.
There's always deaths in mines, isn't there? There's always
Yeah.
someone going
Yeah.
on with those. Well, oh, what? Was that a comment? Did someone just write something?
Yeah, look on the comments.
Was that?
Did you get it?
I get it. So, let's pass it over to my brother, Michael. Watch this. He's either going to give us a straightforward answer, as in no, or he's going to tell us something. It's going to be the one. Michael, is the house haunted?
Who's?
Oh, you absolute knobhead. Your house.
No.
I told you. I swear down. It's like getting blood out of a stone with him.
Well, it isn't. I'm not going to tell a lie.
Okay, thanks, Michael. Thanks for that great input. Cheers, much appreciated.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Sway isn't. No, I just can't. I suppose we have to get onto Mike now, ladies and gentlemen, when we speak to Mike about his.
Oh,
Please,
do I have to? Because last time we started talking about things, I've given people like listeners PTSD. I've had people message me going, "Why did you have to say stuff?"
It was creepy as shit, though. It was...
Look, that's why we're here, isn't it?
No. Not the way he explained it was not needed. Like, he took his time. He built up the tension.
That's just a good storyteller, okay?
Yeah. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Okay, we'll just leave it at Mike's house itself probably might be isn't, but his cabin has its moments. Insane.
My house does have its moments. Like today, my housemate told me that they heard walking in my front room when they were in the kitchen and there was no one there. So that was quite funny. And then my fire alarm went off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Burn it down.
Except it wasn't like so obviously I had a bit of an
It wasn't fire.
It wasn't
It
fire.
wasn't.
Yeah, I had a bit of an experience in the cabin the night before, and I've come back in the house, gone to bed, blah blah blah, and the fire alarm beeped once, which sometimes it'll do, like if it's resetting or, you know, you have like a bit like a power surge or something. But normally, if it does it, it'll reset all of them. It doesn't just set one; it just resets the whole system because the whole system is connected. But this single one, which was just below my room, beeped once, which woke me up. So I rolled over, and as I rolled over, the whole shit kicked off, and the same alarm just started alarming. So I got up,
Never.
came down the stairs, and as I opened the door, the alarm stopped, and that's all it did. Like, it just went back to normal. So I came down.
So do you think that has anything to do with like the footsteps? Any correlation?
Yeah, I think so. I think there is something in my house, but it doesn't feel anything bad. I think it's something from the cabin. And if I'm honest, I think it's Hannah, only because she touched my dog. So today she's touched the dog, and the dog's like jumped up and like it was in the kitchen with me, and you know, like if you touch the back end of a dog, they jump and then they run off, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It did that.
Yeah.
So that was a bit weird. So I need to cleanse the house, basically.
Yeah, I'm not bothered if it decks you, just protect the dogs.
Yeah. So that's obviously that, and then my cabin is another story.
For another day.
Yeah.
Boy, he's got some stories about that place.
Yeah.
Which most people have seen on Instagram, to be fair, but
Yeah.
Right.
I still
Not that Jasmine didn't know because she vanished.
Oh no, she has been watching my videos.
I've
Barely.
been watching.
I've been watching. Liar. I'm in most of his lives, so I know if you're there or not.
No, but she watches it after.
Yeah, I'll watch it after. I might not watch the actual live, but I do watch the videos after.
How many hours are you behind us or in front?
6.
Behind?
6.
Yeah, 6 what? Hours in front or behind?
I'd say behind. I'd say behind.
She's really struggling with this one, isn't she?
Ooh.
You said 6 hours, right?
I think the ghost's interfering with her signal.
No, her brain cells are interfering with the sun. That's what it is. So she's 6 hours behind. Well, I've got nothing. I mean, my house itself's fine.
Well, it is now. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I'd say that was more me than the house.
Well, I don't know. It's in the house, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in it. I wouldn't say there's anything like that came with the house. But, I mean, I've seen stuff, but I don't know if that's the medication or it's just me.
Here's a question for everybody. Have you ever woken up and see anybody at the end of your bed?
Yes, yep, Yep.
No.
When I was a kid, yeah.
No.
But ever since then, I haven't. So, is what it is.
It's kind of it's a horrible feeling, isn't it? Because you don't know if you don't know if you're still asleep or if you're actually awake.
Well, mine's more in the corner. And I think that's more creepy.
See, and I hear it's sleep paralysis that does that. But, like, I've also had sleep paralysis, and I never saw, like, a figure like most people do. I heard voices.
That's not sleep paralysis, that's schizophrenia.
I've had
No,
sleep
it
paralysis
was
before.
like I heard my kid trying to get my attention, but I was awake, but I wasn't. But then I looked up, and it was like she was still asleep, and I was like, okay, I can't move. You know, it was weird.
Michael, would you like to explain your sleep paralysis?
You do know I was like 12.
God, right, I won't ask then. Just sit there quiet then.
It's not very nice, put it this way.
Well, I feel a bit better now. I've got a dog though.
Yeah, but
He'll let me know something's there.
So has anybody had that thing where it feels like something's sat on your chest and you wake up and there's you think there's an actual demon or something on your chest?
See, I've never had that feeling.
I haven't had. I don't think I've had that. No,
No.
I think I'm all right with that one. And if I was, I'd probably scream.
But that's the problem. You think you're screaming, but you're not actually screaming.
Right.
All right, I'll shout a lot of bad words. Well,
That's
try.
what I did when I had sleep paralysis.
Oh, now he remembers.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember. Facing the wall. That's it.
Facing a wall.
Yeah. That
I
was
love the detail. I was facing a wall. Were you
Do you
actually
know this
facing a wall?
wrong? I don't know, probably.
I think when it comes to sleep paralysis and stuff, I think that's an actual scientific thing, isn't it, with your brain?
Yeah.
So sometimes I wouldn't necessarily personally say it's paranormal, because if it is sleep paralysis, that's an occurrence with your brain.
I didn't
It's
put it
like-
down as paranormal.
How I've read it, at least, it's like your brain is shut off, but your eyes are open. So, like, your body isn't asleep, but your mind still is. So whatever you were dreaming of is trying to manifest itself through your eyes.
That's a bit messed up. Why would you put it like that?
Look, that's just what I read on it.
You read what's it?
That's just what I read on it, on sleep paralysis.
Oh, you read sleep paralysis. I don't think I've really suffered with it much. The thing is with me though, is if I do see things now, I am on sleep medication that is one of the symptoms is hallucinations, so I've got to put it down to that. Because it's a pretty strong sleeping pill.
Is it like melatonin or something?
Yes.
Ah, makes sense.
Your ass gets knocked out clean and you see some weird stuff. Once I seen a goat at the bottom of my bed. Oh no, it was a sheep, should I say. And I generally turned over and I said, well, that's why there was a sheep at the end of the bed. And I was determined that it was there. No, it's not. And like, I don't take it as much now because I got sick of, pretty much tripping. Like, I didn't like it. Like, I was going to sleep worried, like, what the hell am I going to see tonight?
Yeah. Added anxiety on top of trying to sleep. It's just not going to work.
I mean, the only times I get worried at night and stuff, there's been a few times where my dog's popped his head up, and Michael will tell you, maybe I think Mike's dogs does this. Well, one of his dogs does the same, maybe both. They have this thing with the ears, and like wherever the ears are, it depends on what mood they're in. And if the ears are completely pinned forward, it's like, right, I'm focused on something. Something's really got my attention.
Huh.
And it's pretty much like how would you explain it? It's like the hunting mode in a way, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if my dog pops his head up and his ears pinned forward, I'm bollocks. What is it? Because
Well, at least you have
Well, it's not at least because it's either he wants to know what it is or he wants to kill it. Either way, I don't want to know.
Well, you have some sort of radar on it.
Oh god,
Like,
yeah, he's very jumpy. The slightest of noise and he's again looking.
Right.
There's been a few times in the middle of the night, like I'll be like watching my phone, dropping off to sleep and stuff, and obviously having no lights in the bedroom and him being a black dog, he's pretty much blends in. You can't really see him.
Right.
If sometimes you can't see him all, but like he sleeps under the window, so like you can. It depends on like how light the night is, you know, like if it's a cloudless night and the moon's out and stuff. It's like you can just about see his shadow. There's been a few times he's popped his head up and he's looking at the door, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Dang.
And I was like, what is it? And I'm like, hoping to God no one's breaking in because I am too small. I am not built for manly stuff. But then, like, I'll check the house, or I'll check the cameras, and there's just nothing. There's no noise whatsoever. So I'm thinking, well, if I can't hear anything, there's no noises on the camera, and nothing's happening outside, what the hell have you heard?
Mm-hmm.
I
The
think
dogs'
only
ears are like so sensitive to everything.
Oh yeah, I think once I thought I heard someone coming up the stairs, and I was a bit, shitting myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think like, what did I have? I had like a, you know, like a handle off a hatchet beside the bed. To the point I grabbed that, I thought, this is it, it's game on.
Look, a weapon is a weapon, man. You take what
But
you can take.
there was nothing there. There was nothing there. And I opened the bedroom door, and obviously, you know when you count down, you brace yourself. Here we go. And I was like, just swing it open and start swinging it. It's like someone's getting it. And I did it, and turned the light on. There was absolutely nothing there. I thought, oh, screw it. The dog's still, you know, someone's caught his attention, so I'll go and check the house, calm him down. And like, as soon as I turned the lantern light on, he was straight downstairs. And then I let him just like walk through the house. But like the first place he went to was like, we have the front door and then like another door.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's been a few times on live I've used Avena where he started growling at the corner of the front room for no reason. And my dog don't growl at nothing unless it's another dog. And he'll just start growling, and I'm like, you can cut that out. You can just stop doing that right now.
Like,
It's
don't
creepy.
be more paranoid.
But yeah, considering when it comes to things in the room and stuff, I haven't had much experience. I've had vivid dreams, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, the most vivid dreams I've had were nightmares.
Oh man, I know it's nightmares, but I can't talk about them on here. Like that's definitely a no-go.
Yeah, no, I'm on that boat, so you're fine.
Why you're on a boat?
No, I'm on that. It's a. You get it.
Hey. So, seems that's pretty much that summed up. So Jasmine has a haunted house. Mike is pretty much haunted everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
And it all depends on what type of week he's having. Michael, not at all. Nah, good. I'm just here for the shits and giggles. Me, I'm just too paranoid, so probably nothing's happening. I'm just scared. But while we're here, I think it seems that because we were going to speak about this anyway, so we've got some time to waste, so we may as well. We're going to have a quick chat about our good old Carnic Chase, which I think is pretty world renowned, I'd say.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know if Jasmine's ever heard of it.
I haven't. Enlighten me.
So, actually, Ben, this one's over to you, mate. It's your neck of the woods. Dudley.
No, I am. No. I'm not even going to do that on here. So.
I nearly did. He nearly did.
Yeah, so Carnic Chase does have a lot of history. It's not just that specific place, Birches Valley. It's everywhere. But yeah, haunted by the black-eyed children. And there's been quite a few sightings as well.
Oh.
I swear we've seen them.
I've got photos of them.
Yeah, when I said to Michael, someone's popping its head around that tree. Which is the
Yeah, but
creepiest thing.
I didn't see it though.
You can't see when it's broad daylight anyway.
That's true.
You're generally blind. So Carnac Chase, yeah, Carnac Chase is pretty. I'd say if you were like, there's a few people that have come. You know, like when certain paranormal YouTube channels go like to different countries to do investigations.
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, if they come to the UK, that's one of their stops.
Okay.
It's very haunted, as people say. Like we've been there, and we got a few stuff, and then you know the black-eyed children, like Ben said, the Birches Valley, where I think is that where they used to do like rituals and stuff. Is that what it was?
I'm not sure about the rituals, but it was. Yeah, I think that was they did. Apparently, one area of Cannock Chase they found. I think it was on a Ouija board and some dolls' heads.
Instant red flag. Instant red
I'm
flag.
sure I remember reading that. I'm sure I remember reading that somewhere.
So
But they
what's the
found-
history of this place? Who are these black-eyed children?
Well, dead kids.
Well, obviously, but like, what happened to them? Were they
Well,
like?
they died.
Well, they don't know because the actual woodland itself has got like Iron Age. It's thousands of years old.
Oh,
So they don't really know where it comes from, but probably to do with like the rituals and stuff that's gone on there. There's just like, I mean, if you just look at it, there's just thousands of years of.
yeah.
History.
I mean, it could be anybody at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should give it a look. I think you'd be pretty interested in it because the
Yeah.
one story you always hear about is the black-eyed children, and I don't think many people say that they actually are children, because as people do say, you know, kids or black-eyed children are very known to be something that isn't actually a child.
Right.
So
That's true.
I think, but that's why I think that's the one story that maybe attracts people to go there, because there has been so many sightings.
Hmm.
But I was pretty terrified of going. Not because it would, purely because of the fucking children.
Well, I'm gonna do some research on that now because I'm really interested.
Well, when we started our investigation, it actually pretty much got responses straight away, really.
Wow.
It was pretty off, you know, from the word go. Then there was me, Mike, obviously Michael, Ben, and then some other people that were with us, but they were like Mike's mates, and I can't remember names, so, you know.
Andy.
What?
Andy.
Oh, yeah,
that
Andy.
one. So, he was the one that built you that thingy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fella. So they were with us. There was actually quite a few. I think there was like 8 of us. Because it was 4 of them and 4 of us. Yeah, 8. I did maths.
Well done.
Yeah, I know, right? So then I started. It's like an instant feeling of you're being watched and you're being surrounded in that place. Which I'm not a fan of that feeling.
Yeah.
But then I kept seeing something like looking at us from behind a tree. Michael being Michael walked off.
Oh
Couldn't have a
wow.
look, so I was like, geez, much appreciated, you prick.
You were with us, isn't it?
Yeah, right, I was behind you because I didn't want to be left on my own.
You
And
went
then-
on your own with 7 other people there?
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, then. Fair.
So that happened, and then I think we were on about moving. Because at first we were in like this little shelter because it was like raining on and off most of the night.
Yeah.
And then as I came up the shelter and I was like, I was like pretty much about, I'd say 15, 20 feet away. There's like, I just seen something pop its head around the tree. And I was like, nah, get fucked. Not happening. I was creeped out and Ben came and then we heard was it a bark?
Yeah, there was 2.
There was like 2 barks.
I don't think I heard that.
But then, as I said, that's when I think you mentioned that you and Mike heard it earlier on, because obviously they were there before us.
I can't remember.
I still think the scariest bit was when I was filming Ben and I scanned round, and as you scan back, you see somebody stood in the tree, in between the trees, and then as I scanned back the other way, it's gone.
Have y'all thought about sending some of these footages to like Nuke's Top 5 or something?
We have one that I think could get somewhere. We have one.
What's up?
That's probably the one where we were in Liverpool and it got into the Liverpool Echo. It was me and you in that room and the door slammed on its own.
Oh yeah, that did it twice as well.
Yeah, twice. That made it into a newspaper. I'm well happy with ourselves.
That's awesome.
So
It was on.
that was funny. So it was it's in an old manor house in Liverpool. And to be honest, most of the night it was quiet. Nothing was happening. You know, it was well, it's not derelict because someone does open and close it for you, but it's not used. It's run down. It's old as shit. We split off, so it was my partner and her brother, and it was me and Michael. And they went up before us, and me and Michael, obviously being Michael went straight to the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, we had footsteps come towards us, didn't we?
Yeah.
Down in the cellar, we had footsteps come towards us, and I was like, I'm not impressed that I'm in a cellar and there's footsteps coming towards me, because down there it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything, nothing at all. It's like it was that thing, you know, where you're like, I don't want to turn my light on just in case. But then we done that, and we had a few things, and we had a few things in the cellar, and then we swapped, and then we went upstairs, and there's this room, obviously, but at this big ass door in it, but like the door was only on like one of its hinges, so you had to like lift it up and then open it. So Michael did it, and then he opened it up. Oh no, it opened, that's what it was. He opened it and then he slammed it shut, because obviously it's, you know, the wood's warped and you have to give it a good fucking shove.
Yeah.
And he slammed it shut, and then all of a sudden it just opened, just like right in front of us, just opened on its own.
I was walking off, wasn't I? And
Yeah.
it just opened.
And then he went back and he was like, you know, I might not have closed it properly, you know, I might have just opened again. So he went back and he slammed it even harder. And even in the video, because I'm pointing the camera at him, you see and hear how hard he slams this thing closed.
Yeah,
And as he's
barely-
walking off, it just swings open.
Wow.
On one of its hinges, it just swings open.
See, and that wouldn't do that on its own.
You what?
And that wouldn't do that on its own.
Definitely not, especially like you're thinking of, you know, the old type of doors, the old really big oak fucking doors that weigh a ton.
I think it was a fire door.
I don't think it was, you know.
Well, it felt like a fire door. It was heavy as out.
And especially the fact that it was on one hinge.
Mm.
And this thing just opened. And I was like, nope.
No.
I've still got it bookmarked on my phone. I'll have to send you it over.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
really
well,
cool. That
That was like the only thing that happened in there as well. Like, not much else happened.
When we were... Sorry, go on.
I was just saying that's cool. Like, that y'all at least got that. I mean, that's pretty damning.
Oh yeah, directly in front of us as well. You can tell on the video how close we were as well. Like, it was right in front of us.
Right.
When we were in the cellar, I caught like a white thing coming in the room as well. When we were sat down on the chairs.
Oh, where the kegs were.
Yeah. Because we had the footsteps, and then it came into the room. Because we were asking for the monk. Can you remember?
Yeah, but probably not in the most politest way.
Nice.
That's a lot of silence.
Yeah.
1 minute, it's so here it goes. I'll read this little tiny bit of article it says. So this was from the news. This was from the newspaper that we featured in. says a team of ghost hunters. I love when they call us ghost hunters. A team of ghost hunters captured the moment a jammed door apparently opened by itself in an abandoned 17th century mansion. The team consisting of 2 sets of siblings, like I said, my partner and her brother, me and Michael, Graham and Gillian, Jamie and Michael, which annoyed me because me and Michael caught it. Our name should have been first, but hey.
Yep.
Visiting the rundown Walton Hall mansion with the aim of capturing paranormal activity. No shit.
No.
Wasn't there for a family outing. They describe themselves as a paranormal investigators who document their evidence with a camera and upload the footage to YouTube. And then me and Michael took over and done a lot better. This was it. This one triggered me. Lead investigator Jilly and location scout Jamie. She was not a lead investigator. Made contact with the owner of the building, who gave them a brief history of the former country house past before locking the team inside for the night. Walton Hall Mansion was constructed in 1704 and has had multiple of owners during its rich 300 plus year history. And then it says obviously the building has since fallen into disrepair during the more recent times as being a target of urban explorers looking to capture paranormal occurrences. Oh, Michael, it's even got our old name on it. This just so, right, disclaimer. Me and Michael had no choice in the name of this, and I still to this day don't like the name of it.
Nope.
The ghost hunters who call themselves, you ready? British yourselves. Truth be known. I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm not sitting outside Area 51. and then it says in comments, TPK Paranormal captured a number of ghostly sightings during the exploration, including shadowy figures. Oh shit, yeah, that's the one you were on about when it walked into the room. With sounds of knocking coming from the downstairs cellar. No.
Nice.
It was not nice. It was creepy as shit. It was one of those buildings where you didn't feel like it was haunted. It was just creepy because it was just nothing in there. It was empty. And I think it was like the first time, like to us, that was like a big thing, getting that building. Like, oh my god, we've got this building.
I just love how in the article it says they apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, man. Look at the evidence here. Apparently.
Oh, there's comments. So it says at 59-second mark, it's obvious that somebody tipped over the ashtray while keeping their hand just out of frame. Lame. Suck a dick, honestly.
Jilly did that on purpose. She even told the newspaper that she did it on purpose.
Like, honestly, it's so daft. But anyway, on that note, I will send you the clip over of the door doing it so you can have a look for yourselves. But I'd say we're pretty much at the end of the episode. We're nearly at an hour, so wrap it up. So thank you to Jasmine for joining. I'm sure she'll be on again sometime in the future.
I will be back. It was fun.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Why are you saying it in such a weird voice?
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for coming on. You're welcome. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? If you've got some hidden agenda, can you please tell me so at least I know in advance?
No, no agendas on this episode.
Yeah, and this one. Give it time. We will be throwing sly dicks.
No. Do you say dicks or digs?
Dicks. Okay. Right, guys, so thank you for everyone coming on. Thank you, Jasmine, once again. And that's our episode done. So until the next one, people, we'll see you later.
Thank you.
You again. Thank you.
Bye.